Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
All right, you guys. So summertime is upon us, and we are kicking off our first in a 4-part series about how to have the best summer ever. That's kind of the goal here. We thought it'd be kind of fun. Right. We haven't. The last Escape Adulthood Live we did was after the Festival of Shenanigans, which was a rousing success. But it's been a hot minute, and so we're like, well, let's do some fun in the summer here, right?
Yes, and we've always been the type of people that want to have like a summer bucket list, which you're going to talk about, but you actually have to do it. So Jason's going to give us some inspiration to buckle down a little bit tonight. Yeah, so each of our 4 shows in the next 4 weeks have a theme. Tonight's theme is really kind of the idea of a life portfolio. And if you've ever heard me speak before, there's a good chance you've heard me talk about this. There's different kinds of portfolios in life. We have, of course, a financial portfolio that many people are familiar with stocks and bonds and investments and all that kind of thing. And of course, you want that to be as valuable as possible. You always want that to be rising in value, right? And then as an artist, I went to art school, so I'm very familiar with a different kind of portfolio. Back in the day, I went to Northern Illinois University. I had this big, giant leather, well, it was fake leather, let's be honest, case that had my artwork in it. Some of you saw it when you visited our studio for the family,
true.
The Wonder Whimsy, right? I know he had it out so you can kind of look at it.
Well, that thing, and I had various sizes, but I'll tell you, Northern Illinois University is known for its wind because it's right in the middle of the cornfields, basically. And so walking to class, if it was windy, that thing was like a sail, and it just fly up, right? So anyway, that's a different kind of portfolio. And in that case, usually your portfolio that you have has your best work, your greatest hits. I remember in my early days as an illustrator, driving to Chicago, meeting with advertising agencies and bringing my portfolio to show them and flipping through the pages and hoping that they would be like, oh my gosh, where... God sent this guy from heaven. We've been looking for him forever.
Music, the choir.
Yeah, just like this is the greatest artist we've ever seen in our life. I don't remember that happening, but in my head, that's how it was supposed to go. So anyway, a life portfolio, I think, is kind of a combination. It's a collection of your greatest hits, and you hope it's pretty valuable. And it turns out that some of the most valuable things that we collect along the way are our memories and the best moments we have with the people we care about. And so I think a summer is a perfect time to really think about that, because even though for many of us it seems like it's supposed to slow down, it's just a different kind of busy a lot of times, right? We have picnics and graduations and different things that we are excited to do, vacations, but it is a different vibe. And so just the different vibiness, if that's a word, gives us an opportunity to kind of reflect. And when you're thinking about best summer ever, this is what I think it comes down to. Intention. All right? You can go to Europe, you can go to Disney World, you can go to Hawaii, you can do all kinds of things with money, but the best summer ever has to do with intention. And so that's kind of what we want to talk about here tonight a little bit. And
Can I jump in first?
Yeah, go ahead.
The best summer ever from your childhood probably didn't have a lot to do with money at all. So that's kind of an interesting thing to reflect on, is when you look back with nostalgic thought processes, you're not like, sometimes it's the Disney trip. Right. Sometimes it's like that big thing, but most of the time it's not.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a neat thing to think about.
Yeah, one example, one of the things that we have done since we moved to Sheboygan, and we are close to Lake Michigan here, we have made it an intention every summer, starting at Memorial Day through usually a little bit after Labor Day, is we take every Friday afternoon as a beach day. And let me tell you, that's hard sometimes, because sometimes the weeks are pretty hard, a lot of stuff going on. It's really hard to sacrifice sometimes.
It's not hard for the kids.
No, it's not. But for us, mom and dad, it's like,
I need that day.
Squeeze all that productivity that you can. And of course, sometimes you get a rainy day. We can't always control the weather. Unfortunately, not every single Friday afternoon in the summer is great. So in those days, we still take the day. We just spend it doing other things as a family. But that's been a thing we've been very clear out. And one of the things that we do is we actually put that in our calendar. Every Friday is beach day. So it reminds us that we do, in fact, have a commitment. One of the things I was reminded by Ginny a couple days ago is she requested that we make a summer bucket list. Mm-hmm. And I realized we had not yet made one this year, partially because summer has been so long in coming here in Sheboygan. I don't know what the deal is. We had some hot days this weekend. Now it's cooler again. So it hasn't really felt like summer. No. But I wanted to pull up something that was kind of fun. We made back in 2000, I think it says on here, 2012. We made a summer bucket list as a family. And this was when Lucy was little, Ben was just a baby. And we came up with a list of things we wanted to. This is when we lived back in Madison. And you can see some of the things. Now, of course, I made it, creative because I'm an artist nerd. But concerts on the square. I
did all those drawings. That wasn't mine.
Good. Maybe it was.
How do we remember? It was so long ago.
It's hard to know for sure. But it was kind of fun looking back at these things. And I'm trying to think if we actually even did all of them. I'm pretty sure we did most of them. Yeah. But you look at some of the things.
We didn't find a four-leaf clover.
No, that might have been one thing. Concerts on the Square, that was a thing that Madison is known for that we really enjoyed while we were there. Yeah. Flying a kite with Lucy was on there. This was a good one. Leave a big tip for a street musician.
That's one good thing about Madison. You get a lot of street musicians down by the Capitol and State Street. Yeah.
Going to the farmer's market, making pasta from scratch. That was on the list. So you can see a couple of things there, but invent an ice cream flavor. We did that. We invented Crunchberry ice cream, Captain Crunchberry ice cream. That was pretty good. I gotta say. If you look on our blog, you can find the recipe for that. We shared it and had pictures back in the day.
Crunching up Crunchberries and some.
There's some subtleties there, Kim. There's seeping the milk with Captain Crunch. There's next level stuff, you guys. It was good stuff. Anyhow, so here is the thing. When you want to have a best summer ever, like I said, it requires some intentionality. So I want to give everybody here like your first assignment. And I realize like we are technically, a month, a couple weeks into summer. I guess technically the first day of summer was only about a week ago. But this...
Oh, she should have found the link. Jenna, you're right.
That's why we love her. I'm just happy I remembered it's actually there. She remembers stuff that I didn't remember doing in my life.
I had it already to go.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's your assignment. And this I think is a good one because it's not overwhelming, okay? It's 10, 5, 1. Okay? What I want everyone to do, not right this minute, but in the tonight, tomorrow, when you're at work, supposed to be working, pull out a piece of paper, and maybe it's just you, maybe it's your sweetheart, maybe it's your whole family, and start to put together a summer bucket list, okay? So 10 means you can only have 10 items, all right? Just put 10 things on there. The temptation will be to put 150 things on there of everything you've ever wanted to do for a summer and like overwhelming, right? It's just 10. Okay, that's the 10. The 5 is 5 of those things have to be no cost whatsoever, right? So you can do some things, but like in the case of the summer concerts, that didn't cost any money. I think if I remember on there, the bucket list was like taking a nap with Ben when he was a baby with the window open and a breeze. It didn't cost any money. So 10 items on the summer bucket list. 5 have to be no money at all. And the 1 is do 1 a week. So again, we're already into summer. Yeah. If you do 1 a week starting this week, it'll bring you beginning of September. All right. So we're a little bit fudging into, but still, like, I'm not going to be mad at you if you do 2 in a week, but the goal is not to be overwhelmed, right? Because that's a lot of, like, it's one of the things that we hear a lot from Wonder and Whimsy Society members when we would give people, like, secret missions or challenges, and they're like, oh, I can't do it all. And it's like, you don't have to do it all. Like, pick and choose, and it's a choose your own adventure, right? So So yeah, summer bucket list. Because again, if you want to have the best summer ever, it starts with intention. And creating a summer bucket list is a great way to do that. Just have 10 items. Make sure 5 of them don't cost any money at all, which tends to be, then it makes them more like simple usually, you know? And then just do one a week. And that's a good start. And so